Hey everyone, this is Ferro and with this video I'll talk about 12 tips that can help you in your gameplay of Blueprints. I will note right now that there will be some spoilers depending on where you are in the game, but nothing major. Also, if you just started the game or plan to start it and you're watching this video right now, I thank you that you got here, but I recommend that you skip this for now. Blueprints is a fantastic game of exploration. There are clues and puzzles everywhere, so it's just better for you to advance by yourself first before checking for help online. My first tip is for you to get notes of every clue that you find. Like I said before, the game has an absurd number of clues and puzzles. Almost every room has something that can be useful. There are even rooms that you don't know that exists even after hours and hours of gameplay until you find those rooms. The problem is that you never know if what you found is actually a clue for something or when you will need it. The amount of information is overwhelming and you cannot memorize everything. Personally, I have my phone full of pictures from my TV on information that I thought that could be relevant, and also have a notebook and a pen next to me all the time so I can take notes when I feel it's necessary. And I still manage to miss or ignore stuff that I considered irrelevant at the time, and then when I actually needed that info, I remembered I saw it, but I didn't remember where exactly. So yes, get as much details as you can so you can check it later and you'll not regret it. For the second tip, I recommend that you draft new rooms that appear in your drafting pool if you never drafted them before. If you're like me, you get comfortable on your run because you are working on some specific goal, so you just draft the rooms that you already know that will work and you don't want to ruin the run for that day. This is a mistake that I did a lot and there is no need for it. This is a roguelike game, so you can just repeat what you're doing in another day. If a new room appears and you never drafted before, go for it, even if it goes against of what you're doing right now. Probably it will work for the best on the long run. There are a total of 110 rooms that you can draft, and a lot of them are very useful if you draft them in advance, even if you don't know what they do at the beginning. Don't feel bad for risking your game. The gains of drafting new rooms can be much higher than playing safe by finding new clues or new items that will make you advance even faster. My third tip for you is to find the permanent additions as quickly as you can, as this will give you a great advantage in your gameplay. There are a total of 6 permanent additions, those being the West Gate, the Gemstone Cavern, the Apple Orchard, the Black Bridge Grotto, and then the Blue Tents and the Satellite Dish. I just want you to focus on the first 4 additions as they are easy to discover and to unlock, and will give you the bigger rewards. The Blue Tents are perfect if you want to discover everything in the game. New clues will show up, but the requirements to get it are not easy. Same goes for the Satellite Dish, its clues are not really the easiest ones to find and to understand. So I recommend that you focus initially on the first 4 permanent additions that I mentioned before, as you can get them on the first few days of your run. Now on our fourth tip, we will think about money. You really want those coins, that's for sure, and the best you can do is to increase your allowance. That will be your major income, but that's not the only way to get a good amount. Coins will help you to buy tools, items, keys, gems, everything that can help you on your run. To increase your allowance, find tokens spread around the mansion. The majority are found inside several more J puzzle boxes that you'll find the more you advance in the game. Another way to also increase your allowance is to use the laboratory experiments, more specifically by getting a token every time you eat an apple, every time you open a security door, also for each bedroom that you draft after the second one, or every time you spend 2 or more gems in drafting a room. A different way to get a lot of coins is to find and draft the treasure trove room. This room will add 5 more coins every time you draft it. So you start with 5 coins on your first draft, 10 coins on your second, 15 coins on your third, and so on. You can also take advantage of the freezer to freeze your coins for the next day. This is useful when you already accumulated a big quantity of coins on that day, and you'll have those coins plus the allowance and the treasure trove coins if you get it the next day. There are other ways to get coins like the treasure chests from the treasure maps if you find them, or the piggy bank in the chapel for example. You can also throw 1 coin every day in the fountain and collect it later, but I believe the methods mentioned before are the most effective ones. The fifth tip is to keep increasing our number of stars. Each time you enter the observatory, you gain 1 star. If you look into the big telescope, you'll see one or more constellations according to the number of stars you have, where you can get keys, gems, chests, and other effects also apply. But 1 star per day is not much, so if you want to get more at once, find the planetarium. By drafting it and finishing the day there, 2 more stars will be added. If you still want to get even more stars, you can also use the laboratory experiments. The same way as it was done for the allowance tokens, use it to get more stars in one run. With all this in mind, what's the goal here exactly? To pass the amount of 50 stars. Once you get 50, you will unlock a new constellation in the observatory called the Inkwell. This will allow you to use stars to redraw your floor plans when you open the door, the same way you do it when using dices inside the drawing room or in the classroom. Consider that you lose the stars that you used to redraw, and each day you need to find the observatory before being able to use them. Regardless, if you're doing a run where you need to redraw a lot to find some specific room, this is very useful, and it's better to have way more than 50 stars, because if you go under, you need to get 50 again to get the Inkwell once more. For the 6th tip, let's talk about upgrade discs. For sure you already found a few of them on your gameplay, so you know what they do. These discs will permanently upgrade some rooms, adding stuff that will assist you during your gameplay. Every time you find a disc, you need to take it to a computer in the security room, laboratory or the office to process the upgrade. Once you know which room will be upgraded, you'll be given 3 options and you need to choose only one from those. The important thing here is that you choose something that plays better with your style. Some options for some upgrades are clearly better than the rest, but there will be times that it will depend on what you normally need more, like keys or gems or steps. There are a total of 16 discs for you to find, and they are located in specific places. Once you get one and upgrade the room given to you, that place will no longer have a disc. For tip number 7, we will look into the security room, more precisely its computer and the keycard system. There is no guarantee that you get the keycard every single run, and on the higher ranks there's a higher chance that you get a security door. For this reason you want to deactivate them. For that, once you start the computer from the security room, you can access the security system where you'll find the security level and the offline mode. What exactly you need to do is to put the level on high, so more security doors appear and you have less normal doors asking for a key. And you also want to put the offline mode unlocked so the doors open when they become offline. After that, you just need to make sure that you draft the utility closet and turn off the keycard entry system. From there, any security door that you find will be unlocked and you will not have any problems to open them. For point number 8, let's check the laundry. Almost an illegal system that we have here for you to openly laundry some gems, keys or even coins. This is a very useful room for when you have a lot of any of these 3 items and you're lacking the other. Draft the room, advance to the machines in front of you and choose to transfer the item that you have the most to the one that you have less. You can swap gems with coins on the first machine, keys with gems on the second, and keys with coins on the third. Remember that this is an exchange from one to the other, so it's really important that we have some quantity of each, because for example, if you have 7 keys and 0 gems and then end up with 0 keys and 7 gems, it's gonna be painful to get keys for the higher ranks. For the 9th tip, we'll check about getting the Armory room and the effect of the axe. The Armory is a room that is added to your drafting pool if you choose the knight piece for your permanent edition after completing the chess puzzle. I have a video explaining how to complete the puzzle, and once you do it, you can choose one of the 6 pieces to get its attributes. By choosing the knight, you can get the Armory, a shop room where you can buy items such as the Morning Star, the torch, the shield and the axe. That's the one we are more interested in. The axe costs 32 coins and its effect is to permanently remove the cost to draft a room from the room directory. You heard it right, remove the gem cost permanently. You can use the axe once per run and a maximum of 3 times, so choose your rooms thoughtfully before applying the axe. Now on tip number 10, we will talk about the Conservatory Room. You get this floor plan in the grounds next to the tent. I also have a video explaining how to get this one if you are interested. The conservatory can only be drafted in one of the 4 corners of the mansion, and it is an amazing room to draft because you can adjust the rarity of 3 random rooms every time you get this one. If you have that room that you want and never appears, and I'm looking to you drafting studio, this is perfect to change its rarity to standard, for example. And you can do the opposite as well. A common room that you don't really want but it's always showing up, put it in rare so it doesn't annoy you so often. Just be careful to not put too many rooms as common, because if you have too many, you can also be unlucky of not having the ones that you want to show up, or that your gameplay gets more messy or harder because you don't receive what you actually need. The last room that we will check in this video is the showroom, and this is tip number 11. The showroom is a jewelry shop that sells 4 out of 6 expensive but very useful items every day. They cost between 30 and 80 coins a piece. You can get the moon pendant, the silver spoon, chronograph, ornate compass, emerald bracelet and the master key. All these items will give you a huge help in your run. This room is rare to show up, but with enough luck, you can use the Conservatory Room to reduce its rarity. And also, after getting enough coins from tip number 4, you can try to draft this room early in the run and buy as many pieces as you need. I would like to highlight the master key and the bracelet to save you from using keys and gems for every room. The silver spoon is also amazing because it will save you more steps, and with the moon pendant you can keep 2 random items for the next day. So if you have a heavy wallet, this is a room that you want every day. And our last tip for this video is about the contraptions that you can do in the workshop. Once you know what you can build and how they work, the contraptions can be very useful. With the burning glass you can light candles and melt ice in the freezer. Use the peak sound amplifier to open locked doors. The detector shovel gives you more chance to find coins and keys. Then you have the dowsing rod that tells you which rooms have more items. And then the lucky purse doubles the coins you find. The electromagnet automatically collects coins and keys in a room. The jackhammer is more effective than the shovel when digging, and the power hammer lets you smash weakened walls. All these items are important at different moments. You cannot get them all in one run, but you can try to get what you need for a specific run that you are doing. Play with all these items to find more secrets, new clues, other levers, more items, everything that you need to improve your runs. We will conclude now this video with these 12 blueprints tips. The game is so massive and it has so many things to do that I could give you another 12 or even more tips, but these work as a general view from my side on what I believe that's slightly more relevant and important according to my experience. If you have your own suggestions, don't be shy and tell us about them in the comment section. And also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and do not forget to subscribe. See ya!